Powered by Virginia. Radio.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You already know what it is, man. It's powered by Virginia. I go by the name Big Kev. You know I represent that Feed the Streets radio with DJ Brooklyn Joker. And you can catch us every Thursday night, 9 p.m. to 10:30, bringing you the latest and hottest local underground talent, plus artists from all over the place. You know what I'm saying? We play a little bit of everybody. If you're an artist and you tuned in right now, you know, send that music to Feed the Streets Radio. That's Feed the THA Feed the Streets Radio at Gmail, and make sure you send it MP3. Make sure that you put the song title, the artist name, and your social media tags so we can let everybody know who you are. You know what I'm saying? But today we got a special thing going on. I got my dog in the building, GERMAIN GREENE.
What up?
P-Town's finest. You know what I'm saying? I pulled up outside. I seen the Bentley. I said, oh, somebody out here in a Bentley? I said, good God, let me get the mask. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, snap.
Nah, but he's a major show promoter from the area. He also has his own exotic car rental place. We're going to talk about all that. And if you're not familiar with the name, 420-ish Festival that went down last year. They brought Gucci Mane, Havoc from Mobb Deep, just to name a couple of people that was there. He put that together.
You can't forget Rick Ross and City Girls.
Yeah, Rick Ross, City Girls. You know what I'm saying? He brought that. He bought that here last year. You know what I'm saying? So we got him in the building right now. What's up with you, big dog? How you feeling today?
Man, same old shit. Looking good and talking slick. You feel me?
I feel you, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to meet you, man. Nice to
doubt,
meet you,
no
man.
doubt,
Honor to
no
meet
doubt,
you, man.
man.
You know what I mean? So I know you got some things going on, but I had a few questions that I wanted to ask you.
No doubt.
When you put together a festival, you know, a music festival.
Hey, listen, before I answer that, I'm so happy you said festival because they dragged me on that, so I can make sure we're on the same page as festival, because nobody said bow. It's festival. So you made my day saying that. I couldn't wait for you to say that. But go ahead.
When you put together something like that, right, and you book a lot of artists to come, are the artists all paid a certain flat fee because, you know what I'm saying, everybody's performing on this stage, or do every artist get paid whatever their booking fee is for an event?
Yeah, everybody has a booking fee.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, that last year was my first festival, and one of the mistakes that I did make, and it's not really a mistake, but it's really wordplay. I could have called it a concert, the 420th Independence Day concert.
Okay.
And probably save about $300,000-$400,000. Once you say that word festival,
it changes.
The price changed drastically, and I didn't know. I had no idea. But yeah, everybody has their fee, and depends on what you're doing. If you getting like a C-list artist, I mean, most of the time, more times than not, you're gonna pay a deposit, probably book their travel if it's not all in, and travel just consists of a flight and a hotel, and we're required to pick them up from the hotel to the event, and you want them to do that. You don't want your artists to get lost, you know what I mean, up on Church Street somewhere doing something crazy. Other times is all in, and when they arrive, they want their other fee. Yeah. Most of the time it's 50%, but it's been a couple of times where it's 40%. They want 60% up front, and they get their last 40%. You know what I mean, when they arrive. You know what I mean. And now what they doing now has been like this probably the last 7-8 years. Ain't no paying the artist when they get to the club. Oh, come on, I got your money. You know what I mean? Come to the club, I got your money. It don't work like that. They do not leave that hotel room
until they get that money.
That hotel room, as far as they go, they would sit back, relax. They do not leave that hotel room until they get their money. Now, when you talking about on a festival level, or a major artist like a Mary J. Blige, a Shaggy, or a Rick Ross, or somebody like that, it's a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want their deposit up front, and 30 days before the event, they want to be paid in full.
Yeah.
So in our case, with the exception of Movado and Barrington Levy, because they were just moving around, I mean, all the artists got paid 30 days before the festival. I mean, so.
Okay, because I always wondered, you know, because I moved around with Jadakiss for a little while. You know, I've been at a lot of different events with him. My ex-manager is his best friend.
Okay.
So when I had came home from prison, you know, I moved around with him a lot doing shows and stuff. And I seen where, you know, like we all in the hotel room chilling, and then the manager come in there and say, bang, bang, yeah, got that money. And they like, all right, everybody, let's roll out. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. But I was just wondering because, you know, you will hear artists say, oh, my fee for a show is $50,000, $80,000, $20,000. So I always wanted to know, when you have that type of lineup, you know what I'm saying, with so many different artists, you know, do it just be like, okay, look, this is the fee that we have agreed to pay everybody, or but you just said everybody has a different fee?
Everybody has everybody got a different fee.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Is no way a Plies going to get with a Rick Ross or City Girls was getting. I mean, like, just you know how I go, albums, popularity, social media, all that stuff plays a major part. But let me say this. You know what I mean, to get back on subject. You know what I mean, you ever had somebody do a concert and they were talking about
They saying your mic low. They saying his mic is kind of low. Okay.
And they say, yo, the artist ain't show up, or the plane they missed their flight. 99.9% of the time, the artist didn't miss their flight and they didn't buck on the event. What it was is that a promoter put together a show, and he relied on ticket sales
to pay them the money,
or money at the door to pay while they sat in that hotel, and they didn't come up with it. And so.
I've heard that before too.
So most times you hear about artists, oh man, they don't be showing up. Oh, I ain't going there. He ain't come last time. He be bucking. He be taking money. I mean, these artists don't take money, and they don't buck on people. They come in town, but when that other half of that deposit is not available, and they don't have it, man, they enjoy that free hotel room, get back on that flight,
and they get up out of there.
And they get up on out of there.
Yes, indeed.
But you know, the promoter will go in front of the people that have paid and say, "Yo, he didn't show up. His flight, we had to cancel. Yada yada yada." And I mean, that's how it works. I'm not gonna tell you. Me as a promoter, you think my black ass is gonna stand in front of a bunch of people and say, "Yo, I ain't got the money. He here, but I ain't got the money, so he ain't coming out." No, we're going to blame it on the artist every time, man. That's the nature, you know what I mean? But just to give you an idea of how that worked, that's probably most likely how that worked. Now, if I can say this before you ask your next question, with the exception of Something in the Water and certain artists that come here faithfully, like a Jeezy, a Mary J., or Kevin Hart, or the gospel plays. Listen, anytime any promoter put on an event that caters to people that look like me and you, that is a gamble. It's a gamble, because we so sometiming, we don't know, you know what I mean? We sometiming because, I mean, let's be clear, us Negroes just not going to buy tickets in advance. You got a small group of people that's going to do that. You know what I mean? You know, especially the joke with the hustler mentality, whether you braiding hair or pushing weed, you got a hustler mentality, you're like, you just want to keep stacking your money and keep looking at it. No, I don't want to do that. That's how we are. We don't want to invest no money long term. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We may have to pay a bill. The car may break down, might get towed. You know what I mean? Our boo may need to get bonded out. You know what I'm saying? Your stash spot may get hit. You know what I mean? We don't want to tie no money down long term, even if it's just a month or two in advance. So we even the people that's not in the street and got a job. If you grew up in the street, your mentality is still the same. You still got a hustle mentality like, yo, I'm not trying to tie this money down for a long term, so I'm gonna wait to the last minute. And the last minute is the reason why, we've never seen a lot of artists here, because promoters that terrify promoters. Like, we just don't know what you're gonna get. We don't know if everybody gonna show up or people ain't, because you can't really go by ticket sales.
I'm glad that you brought that up, right? Because I'm from Virginia, been in Virginia my whole life, with the exception of I lived in Atlanta for 5.5 years. I had this same conversation with somebody, and I told them, I said, you're charging too much for a local event. Mm-hmm. And they said, nah. I said, listen to me, bro. I'm from here. People not going to pay $25, $20, or $30 to come see local artists perform.
Nope.
I don't give a damn what the twist is.
Now, incidentally, they won't pay that to see local artists. But if you got no artists there,
they'll pay that to get in.
They'll pay $30, $40 to get in.
Yes, they will.
There.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, they'll pay $30, $40. Listen, some people, we are a funny style people, and I love us for that. We were, we were trip about paying $30 and $40 to get into a club, but we'll turn around and pay $500 to sit on a $100 futon.
Right.
It's and you section, right, baby. It's a section.
I'm not a promoter. I did music for a long time. Even though I don't do music no more, I have promoted events though. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that I learned when I was promoting an event is that find out what's going on around that time. Mm-hmm. Because that's important, especially if somebody that everybody wants to see is also coming to town the day before or the day after your event. You know what I'm saying? Some people may say, well, nah, man, we going to this because we've been waiting to see this person. So I would always try to plan my event like, okay, what's going on in the 7 cities this weekend?
Yep.
Because I was told
2-3 months out, actually.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was told that if Jay-Z is in town and Young Jeezy is in town,
somebody about to lose.
Why are people going to come to your event when they can go to either one of these events? What are you doing that's going to make them come to the event that you're putting together that make them say, I'm going to go over here. I ain't going to go to the Jeezy or the Jay-Z joint. And when I try to tell people stuff like that, they look at me like I'm talking a different language. And I say, listen, I don't care how big you feel your company is, you are in competition with everybody that does what you do.
Yep.
So if somebody else got something going on, if what you got cannot compete with what they got going on, you shouldn't throw your event then. You should say, you know what, we're going to put this off the next week or 2 weeks later, because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to come off the way you're planning to come off, because everybody else wanted to go to this other event. You know what I'm saying? And I was the same way when I was in the streets.
It only got to be on the same day. It can be a couple of days apart.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I learned that back when I was doing music, I had an investor, and they was dealing with an outsider. And because I rapped, he never wanted to hear my opinion on stuff. So this was around the time when Ruben had won American Idol.
Okay.
And he was coming here. So they say, we're going to rent out the Hampton Coliseum and bring Gerald Levert here. And I said, we shouldn't do that. They was like, why? Gerald Levert is a legend. Yes, he is. But Ruben is going to be here 2 days before that. And he just won American Idol. And everybody wants to see him. So you're a rapper. You trying to tell me how to... I said, I'm a rapper, but I also am a student. And I'm telling you, this ain't gonna work. So they said that we're gonna listen to him. He's the show promoter. I said, okay, watch this now. So we had to sell 5,000 tickets just to break even. After paying Gerald Levert his performance price, hotel fees, traveling fees, all this, right? We sold something like 3,900 tickets. Nobody wanted to talk to me after that because I knew that this was going to happen, right? So I said, in the midst of all that, Dave Chappelle was just starting to pop off. I was like, yo, I got a link. We should book this boy Dave Chappelle. It's not going to cost as much. He's going to sell out. Nah, we not going to go with Dave Chappelle over Gerald Levert. So a month later, somebody brought Dave Chappelle to Chrysler Hall. And he sold out so fast they had to book him for another show. I said, oh, why we didn't think of nothing like that? You know, what was going on? Why we didn't think of something like that? So everybody's mad at me. And I'm like, we took this loss with this dude who y'all want to listen to him, but he didn't pay attention to what was going on around the dates he wanted to bring these artists here. I'm like, and we lost. He ain't lose. We did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's the reason why it's the reason why smart promoters book events 3 and 4 months out.
Yeah.
I mean, for two reasons. One, they did the research and they see nobody else is doing nothing around that time. And two, they put it out there so it lets other promoters listen. It lets other promoters know, look, I'm doing an event around this time. Stay as far away from it as possible. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, some people can challenge you and do it, but at the end of the day, when you do that, it makes both events weaker.
Yes.
One will be stronger, but it can be stronger.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
You know, if you notice, like for the most part, before COVID, because after COVID, shit went crazy. Motherfucker was doing a concert every week around here. I mean, but before that, all the major concerts was every 70 to 80 days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's the reason because, for this area, people can't afford to go to concerts every day.
Yes, indeed.
No matter how much they like them, they're gonna start choosing. Well, I'm not gonna go to this one this year because they came last year, so I'm gonna go to this one and not go to that one. And people want to lose money. It would be great if promoters got together and put together shows together, but that would never work because, like rapping and boxing and track and field, promoters, that shit is an egotistical business.
I believe it.
Yeah, it is, man. Everybody book these artists and want to claim to have relationships and friendships and personal straight direct numbers to these people, and half the time it ain't true. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it ain't. And it's hard to get a lot of people to work together, which they should, because it's strength in numbers.
Yes, indeed.
Not just in the promoters, but in the people you bring.
Yes, indeed.
Most time, if you bring in 1 or 2 artists, it's a gamble.
The power line is ringing. Let's see who on this power line right now.
Who on the power line? Who's on the
power
power
by
line?
Virginia, feed the streets. Talk to me. What's happening? Who we talking to? Hello? They hung up. They must have got nervous. So let me ask you. We were sitting here, we was discussing, past livelihoods and things like that. What prompts you to get into the business of promoting events?
Well, I used to do this back in the day, man, and I really wasn't into it. When I came home, man, everything had changed. I left home when I left and went to prison, man, like Jay-Z, DMX, and even though Biggie had passed away, his music, they still dominated. It was still that, that jiggy type thing, and then when the Hot Boys came and Eminem came, and it kind of like, it was kind of like the birth of, it wasn't even the birth, because Master P and Scarface had been out and they was doing their thing. it was kind of like the beginning of the takeover of down south music.
Okay.
So when I came home, man, I just could not get into the music. You know what I mean? Even on a local artist, you know what I mean? Even to the 420-ish. Even down to the 420-ish. And when we did the 420-ish tryouts for Virginia artists, I hate calling them local because it kind of devalues them. I was like, man, I gotta sit in and listen to these cats, man. I don't want to listen to this shit, but you know, I'm gonna give them the platform and yada yada yada. Man, we listened to 2.5 days of people trying out, performing, and I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, they made me fans.
Yeah.
I'm talking about they made me. I was like, yo, I don't want to listen to this shit. People gonna come in doing auto tunes. I don't want to hear this shit. I said, I didn't even want to be a judge.
Yeah.
I refused to be a judge because I'm like, yeah, I don't like nobody. I'm like, I'm not gonna like none of this shit, man. I just, you know what I mean? I just, you know what I mean? Because I didn't like that. It's a type of music I don't like. You know what I mean? You know.
I understand you
mean?
completely.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm from the 90s. Wu-Tang and M.O.P. all day, son. Like, when I listen to music, I ball my fists up in the air. I'm in the crowd doing this, bumping people, and it's all love. You know what I'm saying? You know, I couldn't relate. You know, I couldn't relate to the auto-tune skinny jean era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But then them dudes came in there and started doing a thing. I was like, whoa, wow. You know what I mean? And then, you know, after, I would probably say after maybe like the 5th or 6th person, we listened to 200 and something people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we listened to a lot of people, and you know, and for me, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I started believing them. Now, the reason why I even done it, the festival, you know what I mean? It's gonna sound crazy. It's gonna sound crazy, but sometimes you got to take the road less traveled. My main goal was turning my novels into movies.
Okay.
And I was pushing movies. Now, you know, I was trying to push a movie, but I just didn't want my movie to be some Tulu cheap shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
sure.
want, and I just didn't want to do it. I don't want to be the guy to put out a movie just for the sake to say, yo, I made a movie. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't looking for credit, a pat on the back, a clout. I was looking for longevity. I got mouths to feed.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? So I started, you know, I got introduced to a couple of actors and we became friends, but, you know what I mean? But they was caught up in the black exploitation type movie, and I wanted to do better than that. So I hired a guy out of Jersey to do my script. I think I was maybe like 10 grand in, and it was good, but it wasn't good enough for me.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, look, you need to hire somebody. And he wound up finding somebody out California. So I wound up flying to California and went to the studio, man. Nice studio. It had the security, you couldn't even get in. They had this, you had to be on a list, then the security had to escort you, and I got to see how people made movies and all this yada 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 stuff. And so I met up with this writer. And you know, we sat down, and you know, he told me he had an offer, and I wound up paying him 30 grand to fix the script that I had. He rewrote it, and the script was actually pretty good. I just had one problem with it. You know what I mean? He was like, if I do the script, can we shoot it? And the problem I had with it is that I didn't like the beginning. The beginning started like in a music video, and I thought that was too Hollywood cliches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said, I don't want that. Redo it. He said, man, it's perfect. All the writers on it, he says, perfect, man. And he didn't want to change it. So I stopped doing business with him. You know what I mean? But one of the things I learned from him, he said, man, it doesn't matter how good I write this script. He said, if you don't have a real soundtrack and you want to do local music, then when people first hear your music, then they're automatically going to look at this film as low budget.
Yes, indeed.
And when he said that, the alarm went off, because you know what I mean, just for me, I'm a movie head. You know, I don't hang out. I never did. You know what I mean? So all the movies that had an influence on me, with the exception of cowboy movies and westerns and stuff like that, You know what I mean? You know, when we sit down in a movie theater or at home and we hear familiar songs like "For the Love of Money," "Chill." Oh, when we hear that, we're like, "Oh shit, this about to be good." You know what I mean? Yeah, "Backstabber." You know what I mean? That's the introduction into movies with songs we relate. When
Yeah,
we
the
hear
score to it. Yeah.
when we hear familiar scores, whether they're new songs from DMX or old songs from the Temptations, when we hear this, like, okay, it locks in.
So let me ask you something. Since you said that, what do you think are two of the best movie soundtracks that you personally?
Oh, that's gonna be easy. That's gonna be easy for me. The first one is gonna be Dead Presidents.
Oh
The
man.
second one's gonna be Set It Off.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? That was, you know what I mean? But you understandably, when you hear this, you know that it speaks quality movie. It don't matter how good the editor is. It don't matter how good the producer is or how well he put together, how good his film. We had to have a quality soundtrack, and I understood that the only way I can have a quality soundtrack, I had to build quality relationships with not just artists, more like producers and managers.
Yeah.
Because the power is not in the artists.
Yeah.
The power is in producers and managers. You know what I mean? They're the ones with the power. You know what I mean? It's cool to know artists too, because they the ones get all the limelight. Them the ones we know. So I had to take the long word. And I said, man, if I'm gonna take this movie business serious, because I really want to turn P-Town into a movie city. You know what I mean? I really want to do that.
That'll
And,
be
know
dope.
what I mean? And I think I'm sure I can do it. I even have the. I don't want to say. I don't want to put this. I'm gonna put this. You know what I mean? Without sounding, without getting nobody. I have the political connections where I can lobby to bring to shoot movie taxes. Movie taxes to shoot a movie is super high. This is why
Yeah.
people don't shoot movies here. We got the water, we got the scenes.
Yeah.
Anything we need, we can shoot it. But to shoot a movie here, the taxes is high. You know what I mean? Versus Georgia and Atlanta, they giving you like what 50, 60% tax break. Right out the gate, you getting
Virginia ain't having.
Nah, they ain't giving you ain't getting no debt. You getting almost all your money back just to shoot a movie. Can you imagine shooting $1 million movie in Atlanta and they gonna give you $600,000 back damn near. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they just because they want. I mean,
They want people coming there
they
to
want
do it.
people
Yeah.
here. They understand what the movie industry brings.
Yeah, and
So
most definitely.
I was like, well, I don't got for real money. I ain't got missing money. You know what I'm saying? I'm a few pennies past hood rich, and that could change in any bad investment at any time. You know what I mean? So I had to build relationships. You know what I mean? Because building relationships, doing one movie at a time, you know what I mean, could get me there. Now, with that being said, I think I'm one of the greatest writers that people never heard of. However, I understand the business.
Yeah.
And before I say what I'm about to say, let me shout out lawyer Don Scott, Delegate Don Scott, probably the most prolific lawyer. Hold on, ex-con, federal ex-con, turned lawyer, turned delegate, turned high-power delegate. Right here in Virginia, I gotta shout him out, man, because
That's dope.
we talk all the time, and the first movie I'm going to make is going to be about Don Scott.
Oh, word.
It's going to be about Don Scott.
That's what's up.
He went from convicted felon in Texas to the most powerful lawyer right here in the state of Virginia. You know what I mean? He got law offices in Portsmouth, Virginia Beach, and Richmond, and took on partners. He got partners all over where, and this man do what he do, and he be up in Capitol, he up in Richmond putting foot in their ass. You know what I mean? And his story constantly grows. You know what I mean? He wasn't even supposed to, what's the word? I love talking about him, man, because he's so inspirational to me. He's a good friend. He wasn't even supposed to be a lawyer, but he was just so good at what he was doing, man. A group of lawyers and firms got together and they petitioned the bar to get this man his license at 50-something years old. And my boy took over.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, most people know it. Listen, the man's so powerful. If you don't got him as a lawyer now, he ain't even doing criminal cases no more. I mean, his firm will do him, but
wow.
he grind. You know, listen, I'm gonna tell you something about Don Scott. I ain't gonna get off subject, man, but I love this dude, man. You know what I mean? He had just got his law license back, and he was doing pro bono, and he was in there fighting the case, and one of the guys came from behind the lockup, and he had a court-appointed lawyer, and you know he was sitting in court, and he heard Don, and he said, "I don't want that lawyer no more. I want that guy." And Don said, and the judge said, "Well, that's not your lawyer. You know what I mean? Don is not here to represent you." And Don said, "Oh, it's all right. I represent him. Come on, give me the case." And listen, the guy had a felony, and Don beat that case.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Damn right. That's what's up.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because, you know what I mean, P-Town was trying to ruin Don Scott because of his record. And I was one of the guys to tell Don, I said, man, listen, embrace it. Embrace what you've been through. Don't worry about white folks may look at you as a criminal, but so what? They ain't spending no money with you no way. You know what I mean? I told him, I said, embrace it, stand in front of it. And I said, when P-Town, Norfolk, and Virginia Beach found out that you did Fed time and you're a lawyer, I said, your career is going to go through the roof. You know what I mean? And listen.
Yeah.
His career is right there.
Through the roof.
Through the roof. Through the roof.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, through the roof, man. Through the roof. So, man, he is a hell of an inspiration to me. It's a hell of a story. And it's one of them feel-good, motivational stories, man. You talking about a guy
you get the right people to play that can bring the character to life.
Man, listen, I already got the guy.
Okay.
Man, what's the actor's name that plays in the Power Universe? Raising Cain. The uncle that's in the studio.
Oh, you talking about?
I forget. I had his name.
Raising Canaan.
Yeah, is the uncle. You got two uncles. You got the crazy uncle with
Marvin.
They got the lesbian daughter, and you got the other uncle that was trying to get out of the
record business. Yeah.
Listen, him and Don Scott look just alike. If it ain't him, it's gonna be Don Cheetah. Let's go.
Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. So I know you got something going on July the 2nd, right?
Yeah. This is a new brand of mine. Now, before I say new brand of mine, let me say this. Hit the share button, man. Y'all watching it? Hit the share button.
Yeah, shout out everybody on the live. We appreciate y'all rocking with us today. I'm interviewing GREENE. You know what I'm saying? He giving up the game right now, teaching us a few things. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. We appreciate y'all. Powered by Virginia. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, let me say this. The 420th festival will go down as one of the greatest events that ever happened in the city of Portsmouth. And it's unfortunate that at that time, in real time that it was happening, I had so much negative energy behind it. You know what I mean? Now, it's one thing for people. I got to find a way to. This is a new phone, man. I'm not even sure how to cut the value down. It was one thing for people to think that my festival was fake, the artist wasn't coming. But man, listen, you know what I mean? It's happening. It's just in every city, man. It's people that just don't like you. And one thing about social media and negative people, negativity travels fast. Good news don't travel fast. It never had. Negativity travels fast. Drama travels fast, man. And I didn't just have negative stuff in the street. I had negative energy going on right downtown, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, like some of the obstacles that I went through was right with the same people that we was trying to get a permit from. This I'm gonna take this phone over there, man. I'm tossing it. Yes. Yeah. So City Hall gave us a hard time. They gave us all this red tape. And this whole list of demands we had to fulfill to do this festival, it won't number red tape. And what they didn't know that, only thing they seen was my face. You know what I mean? And the guy that did it for one reason or another, you know what I mean? He threw all this red tape because he couldn't get credit for it. Mind you, every event that goes down in the city of Portsmouth, you know what I mean? Parks and Recreation get credit for it because they partner, and he couldn't partner with it, so he gave me all this red tape.
Yeah.
And I know that was the case because he wanted me to go to Festival Park for my event because that's one of the things that they controlled and had power, and I didn't do it. So I got all this red tape from Parks and Recreation, and what he didn't know was that the money was long. He didn't know the money was, he had no idea. He had no idea who was backing me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had the senator backing me, and I had a guy by the name of Danny Meeks, well known, you know what I mean? Well known guy that's, you know what I mean? Everybody knows that money is long. He didn't know that them guys was backing me. I didn't tell them. Them people didn't want their names to be known. So you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I was the face of their investment as well.
Yes, indeed.
And so I cut through all this red tape. They was just shocked. Now the other red tape that I had, they was telling people I didn't have a permit. You know what I mean? Why? Out of all the events that's ever took place anywhere in the 757 and even in Portsmouth, that's something you never heard of people talk. Why would the news be talking about a permit?
Yeah.
The city put that out there. And you know why I didn't have a permit? Because I was on a conditional permit. But when you put that out there, mind you, us black people, once we take that drama negativity, we digest that shit and get full off of it. It ain't no permit. Them people ain't coming. He don't even know if he gonna have a festival. The news was saying it. You know what I mean? Why would people even be calling that, asking about a permit? What niggas do you know call downtown and ask, do we have a permit? No, who do that?
Yeah, you're right.
That was new language. Like, that's never came.
The mentality of people here is so crazy.
It all started from Parks and Recreation because it was an event that he didn't want to succeed. You know what I mean? Because he couldn't stamp it. He couldn't get no credit for it.
Since his name couldn't be a part of it.
Now, to prove what I'm saying right, you know what I mean? He probably listening, fuck him. I don't fuck with him anyway. I already told him I feel 2 years from now he gonna be up on out of there.
I know that's right. Get him up out of here.
I see what he doing. He catered to a group of people that don't really, you know what I mean? He catered to the group of people that can keep his job, but he don't cater to the people that can hurt people and take people's lives. He don't do that. I mean, he did not taking the money and doing that. But just to prove that what I'm talking about, we have been going through this process 2 months in, right?
Mm-hmm.
He turns around and gives a family and some other dudes out of Norfolk $125,000 and the Parks and Recreation gave them money to do a cannabis event with my theme 2 days before my event. You gave these people a permit to do an event 2 days before my event, and you gave them the money to do it, and you gave them the pavilion for free. You gave them money and the pavilion for free. Now tell me that's not undermining the event that I was doing.
Yeah.
And listen, and then he thought he was slick. This motherfucker called my phone and said, "Hey, I just want to tell you that Pharrell's team came in and they was asking about doing an event around the same time as yours." I said, "Well, shit." And this is what I'm telling the guy. His name is Mark Palmerchuk. I said, "Well, I mean, hopefully you don't give him permit because you know our event that would be a conflict." He said, "I'm just letting you know they came in here." He didn't let me know that he was giving up $125,000 in the pavilion.
Yeah.
He didn't let me know when them people said for real name. This, oh yes sir, here, $125. Yeah, just because the thing is, you got to tie the city behind it. It came city sponsored, so he got credit for it.
Yeah.
He couldn't get credit for mine, so mine got undermined. So that was one of the obstacles that I went through. But one of the main obstacles was, you know, my peers, my people in the street, they would just, they wouldn't accept it. So I said, you know what? When I seen something in the water wasn't coming back, right? But this before
they brought it back.
They wound up coming back. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do it because I felt like if I came back and did it again, then they wouldn't understand the magnitude of what I pulled off at first. You understand?
Yeah.
And then when something in the water came around, they cried about the lineup. I mean, they cried about the lineup.
Yes, they did.
They like, we want the 420, but all you people hollering 420 didn't even buy a ticket. You didn't even come. I had just as many people outside the event
As
hanging out
yeah.
to inside. The whole P-Town hung outside. The whole P-Town that said it was dangerous and it was gonna get shot up, they came and hung outside in the open. You understand?
Yeah.
You see the hypocrisy of that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand it completely. From me being an artist back in the day, to now, I see things that people do. You know what I'm saying? And I was a little upset over how we represent for everybody else, but we don't represent for our own. You know, Skills just performed at the BET Awards, and for the 50th anniversary of hip hop.
Shout out to Mad Skills.
Yeah, shout out Skills. And I seen all of these people from Virginia posting everything about the BET Awards, but nobody said nothing about Skills. And I hate these dudes for that, because the mentality is so corny.
Well,
and that's why when I tell people, as far as the music goes, okay, first it was New York. New York was the big thing, right? But then once the South took over, Atlanta,
everybody from down south,
Texas, you know what I'm saying? Even Carolina. But yet Virginia, who has some of the biggest iconic producers in the world from here, some of the biggest artists in music history from here.
We got 4.
And more #1 draft picks than any other state, but we haven't had a run. And the reason why we haven't had a run is because the mentality of the people, oh, if it ain't me, I ain't gonna be for it. But if you blow, why you ain't look out for me?
Well, listen, here's the thing. I say this all the time. You know what I mean? First of all, we don't, you know what I mean? It's a reason why so many people got animosity towards celebrities from here. And I say this all the time, because they didn't make it here. They made it abroad.
Yeah.
So they're going to stay and rep the people that bigged them up and put them on. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But just to touch on what you said, like, it's hard for us to have identity because we have a hard time accepting who we are.
Yes,
you understand
indeed.
what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, I'm going to take my glasses off when I say, you know, remember when I said when I take my glasses off, I'm about to say something. I mean, I mean business. When a motherfucker take their glasses off, that mean they mean business. Look, the reason why the music industry, even the movie industry, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
It can't go nowhere because we have a hard time accepting who we are. And what I mean by that is that any artist born and raised from Virginia, whether you like them or you don't like the way they sound, they represent you. They represent me.
Yes, indeed.
They represent the same lifestyle struggle that you grew up. Your story may have been different, but the struggle is the same.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? But we want to cling to the new fad. We want to cling to what's popping. So when New York, I can understand why everybody wanted to be from New York. It was the pioneer of hip hop. It was the birth. Everybody wanted that. Everybody wanted that swag. Even, you know what I mean, the language was just as popular. The dialect, the accent was just as popular as rap music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but then, you know, when that kind of faded out, that was our chance for Virginia, you know what I mean, to create its own identity. Especially when the South started popping.
Yes.
But it didn't happen. Instead of us clinging to our own identity, we started trying to cling to
everybody else's.
You know what I'm saying? So this is why the Independence Day Festival is important.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
and
indeed.
It's important from this aspect. And I think the 420-ish that'll never come back ever again for this. Listen, the Independence Day, regardless of how it's spelled, this is a platform for artists from Virginia. Don't let the name fool you. You know what I mean? It's a showcase from artists from Virginia, not rap. You know what I mean? I got just as much. I got hip hop, rock and roll, white boys, sisters, got young kids, you know, up there performing. Listen, you cried about something in the water not being for you. So at the last minute, I decided to do the Independence Day cookout. Now, don't get it twisted. Independence Cookout is a grassroots brand. And my hopes is that it grow to a major festival. But this major festival will feature artists from all over Virginia.
Yes, indeed.
And I started off small because I wanted to be the grassroots, the birth of people vibing to music that belongs to them. That belong to them. Excuse me, that was real country. I put an S on belong. Thank you for correct that. You know what I mean? So if it's important that I say this. It don't matter if you're scared of P-Town. It don't matter if you don't like P-Town or whatever reason you got not to come to P-Town. If you a local artist, fuck that local shit. If you're an artist from VA, I don't care if you rap, sing, play the bongalo. Just because I don't give you the platform to perform, you need to be there because this festival is the birth of what you're trying to do. I'm going to say it again. This Independence Day cookout, which is it's going to be a major festival. And
it's going down July the 2nd. You know what I'm saying? That's Sunday.
That's
on a Sunday, baby.
That's right. It represents you. So if you're an artist and you trying to be on the come up, you need to be here.
Yes, you do.
And I'm going to tell you why you need to be here. I know a lot of you in my inbox, I ignored the shit out you. And the reason why I ignored you is because when I go to your page and I don't even see you promoting the artist that's going to be there, the event, I ignore you. Because too many times, man, artists are real selfish. They want everything to be about them. But
yes,
I don't move like that. You know, you send me an inbox about performing, the first thing I do is I go to your page and see if you're showing or you're promoting. What else you got going on? You know what I mean? I don't move like that. Are you promoting any of the artists up there? Do you know any of the artists up there that's going to perform? So I'm going to say this. If you're an artist from Virginia, I don't care what kind of music you do. I don't care if you play the goddamn piano. You can throw the piano up in there. Come July 2nd, I got 10 spots open. I got 10, they're going to announce this on 87.7 Thursday. I got 10 spots open for artists from VA.
And he announcing it on Power by Virginia today.
That's right. That's
so y'all got the upper hand. Y'all got the upper hand. He got 10 slots that's going to be available.
So what I'm going to do, once you show up, you're going to go to the 420-ish tent and you're going to sign up. The first 25 names is the cutoff. I'm going to take them names, I'm going to put them inside something, and I'm going to pull names out. I'm going to pull names out by one. I'm going to do it fast. I ain't wasting no time because we got to put y'all names in slots. We got to fill out the slots once y'all performing. You understand? I'm going to have your music ready. Have it ready. Now, the reason why I didn't say this a while ago because y'all have been on the page, in the inbox, trying to act like y'all down with what I got going on. Listen, I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to do a event for local artists, and I'm capable of pushing on a major level. You know what I mean? But I wanted to do a grassroots because Virginia needs to believe in Virginia. It shouldn't be about the artists that I got coming. It shouldn't be about the big names. They draw cards, but really I didn't need that. Oh, shout out to Big Will. Big Will gonna be hosting that. Shout out to House 10. House 10 Events. Shout out to House 10, 1917 Victory Boulevard. Shout out to Victory Rivers, Burger Bistro, the Burger King, my boy Major, 1915 Victory. We got three buildings in one, and we outside.
And this is going down July the 2nd in P-Town.
Yeah, you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. You can pay at the door. The event is 10 hours long, so we got room for artists. I can get a win in my inbox and add an artist. I want to do that. I want people I want to do something nobody has never done before. Come up to an event and get pulled out the crowd and say, look, you performing. Who has ever done that?
That's dope.
And I had people trying to pay me. Hey, man, what is it going to cost me to get on stage? Nothing. Nothing.
Just come prepared.
Just come prepared. Support the movement. And if you don't get picked, support the artist that's up there, because whether you know it or not, whether you're better than them or not, whether you're a better artist than they are, they still represent you, and they're the gateway of you being next. Because listen, don't get this shit twisted. Two things gonna happen. This event gonna be real successful, or it's not. And it does every artist from VA, mainly the 757, a disservice if this event is not successful, because it represents you. Listen, let me say this. If you don't know, I don't profess to be some powerhouse in the music industry. I'm not going to sit here and cap to you like that. You know what I mean? It's really not cap, but I'm not going to sit here and hold that title. I'm going to stay humble with what it is. Listen, I don't have a record label. I don't manage anybody. But yet, I'm capable of taking you farther than what you've been doing so far.
Yes, indeed.
I'm not gonna pretend to tell you I got connects down. I'm an A&R with these people in Atlanta and a whole bunch of defunct music, a whole bunch of defunct record labels that ain't been popping since the 90s. I ain't gonna do all that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you the platform, and you know what I mean? If you dope, somebody gonna find you.
Moves can be made.
Because one thing about it, my 420-ish artists, they'll tell you, I was the music that I thought was buzzing, I put it in front of people. Oh, shout out to my boy Gifted Hands.
Shout out Gifted Hands. What's good, G?
Yeah,
I need to get you on my show, man.
Yeah, 420-ish artist. I just got him on a major festival in Jersey. Yeah, he called me up and said, yeah, man, and man, I appreciate that, because in the day, like, I don't need nothing from it, but he called me like, man, listen, you gave your boy Jay my name, man, and recommended me to perform at his festival out in near Atlantic City, man. And I might be in Atlantic City. And yeah, and I'm glad I was able to do that, because at the end of the day, it wasn't me, it was his talent. I just like, yo, my boy Gifted Hands got talent. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted, and there was other cats too,
and he's
man.
doing numbers.
Yeah, and
for independent artists, he's doing numbers.
Man, that man got millions and millions and millions of views.
I try to tell these people, man, listen, because I don't do music anymore, but I have seen a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. I try to give game to the artists, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of them don't listen. And I tell the artists quick when they tell me that they the hottest in the street and they the best in the city. I say, what's your name? And I tell them straight up, if I ain't never heard of you, you ain't shaking the streets then. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you ain't hot, not saying that you don't got talent, but if I haven't heard you, you not who you think you are. This is what I do to those artists who feel like they are so big. I say, well, let's do the Walmart test. Let's do the Walmart Target test. You got the streets on smash. Everybody know you. You can't go nowhere without somebody noticing you, right? We're gonna walk through Walmart. We're just gonna walk through there. And we're gonna see how many people stop and say, oh, you such and such. Now,
in your own city.
In your own city.
In the great words of Biggie Smalls in the parody, who rocked you?
You know what I mean? And nobody wants to do the test. You know what I'm saying? But yet you want me to believe that you are the best thing in the city.
Man, the true reality is, man, a lot of artists is the best in their neighborhood on their block.
Yeah.
And they got their friends. They got their friends and, you know what I mean, and their crew and you know what I mean, tell them that they the hottest. And that's really the problem why they can't go to it, because everybody thinks that their music is better
than everybody else.
But I got a newsflash, man. The industry don't care about who got the best bars. They care about
who can make hits.
Who can make hits and whose music sounds pleasing to the ear.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. Nobody cares if you spitting like Jay or Nas. Nobody cares. This is not that era no more. It's a reason why Griselda ain't mainstream, and they should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, if they came out 15, 20 years ago, they'd be killing it.
Yes,
but
indeed.
Like nobody want to hear bars and.
What's up, Nicole? How you doing? What's up, Teresa? Hillary was good. I mean, you right though. You know, I always tell artists this. Don't say, if a lot of artists don't know what it's like to have a real buzz. And when people be like, "Oh, my man, he got a buzz, I'm like, nah, he don't got a buzz.
And then you go to they seen their YouTube video, and you go to it, that shit got 240 views over the past year and a half.
And then you like, none of the DJs know him, nobody in the street know him. He don't have a buzz. And I tell him, I say, you need to be around an artist that has a buzz, and you will see the difference. You know what I'm saying? You will say, nah, we ain't got no buzz. This dude buzzing hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because everybody likes to say their movement. A movement can't be forced.
Allen Iverson is a movement.
A movement is embraced.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When people embrace what you're doing and everybody hops on it and everywhere you go, people are down with it, that is a movement. Not when you force feed it to people, it's not a movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but I get called, you know, a hater for giving people the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen, dog, you hot, you can rap. Hey, yeah, you can sing. You got a dope voice. You've been had the same manager for 10 years. And it ain't 3 people in the city that know one of your songs that's outside of your crew. Somebody's not doing something right.
You know a good thing, and this probably the best thing an artist can do in this day and time. Stop pushing your video on people. Chances nobody gonna watch it and probably don't start out right. The number one thing you can do is make 30-minute reels or less. That's the number one thing you can do, because it gives people a little bit of what you got. And if your shit is good, people are going to want to click on subscribe and learn more about you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
So that's one of the number one things you can do. Nobody don't need to hear 3.5 minutes of what you got. I mean, you put a hot 20-second
30-second, 60-second reel together.
Man, that's all you need, and constantly do it. Listen, follow the boy Gifted Hands, killing it. I mean, and he understands it. It's not about, you can't just be a good artist no more. You got to be a good content creator.
Yeah, and you have to be marketable. Shout out Cam, what's good? And for everybody just joining in, July the 2nd, GERMAIN GREENE, right here.
Tell them how to get them make music cars.
Is throwing Endopendence cookout for VA artists, independent artists. We ain't calling you local artists. Independent artists is going down. You can get the tickets at Eventbrite. And you heard what he said. He got 10 slots. So if you show up as an artist and you go to the 420 tent, and they're going to put their names in a hat, and he going to draw them names, and you going to get a chance to perform. This is for all artists, not just rappers, singers. I don't care if you play rock and roll, death metal, you a country singer, you a bluegrass singer, whatever it is you do, the Independence Cookout is going down July 2nd, and he trying to make this thing work so they can do it every year and bring artists from all over the state of Virginia, not just from the 7 cities. So all y'all artists out there, you need to get with GERMAIN GREENE right here. I told y'all he was outside in the Bentley. You know what I'm saying? I pulled up. I said, who driving the Bentley? You know what I'm saying? And he making moves, and he's trying to do something. He brought y'all the 420-ish festival last year.
I was there.
It was a
Rick
great
Ross,
show.
Gucci Mane, Havoc from Mobb Deep. Won't 2 Chainz there too?
No, no, it Plies,
Plies, Remy Ma, City
Movado,
Girls, Fat Joe, Movado.
Spice.
You know what I'm saying? He brought all them people to P-Town last year for the 420-ish festival. So now we doing something new. We doing Independence Day.
Let's go.
Spell E-N-D-O. Let's not leave that part out.
Indopendence.
Indo.
Yeah.
And this is for the independent artists. If you got merch,
Get it.
bring that merch. You got CDs, you got flash drives, you got whatever. Bring it out there. You got posters, whatever.
That's
Come out there. Bring your music out there.
That's really,
Network.
That's really a good idea, because just because you can't get on stage don't mean you can't network with people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Good idea.
When I used to go on the road and I would be on the move, like if you was my man and I know you rap too, I'll be like, look, I gotta go out of town for like 3-4 days, man. I'm gonna be around some major people. You got about 50 copies of your mixtape? And they were like, yeah, well, let me get them.
Yeah, that's right.
What you gonna do with them? I'm gonna put them in people's hands while I'm out of town handling my business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because I always had to, even if I feel like I'm the best rapper in the room, but I always felt like it's other dope dudes in here too. I want to see him pop.
Blessings.
If
That's
I can
just
help
networking,
him,
bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm,
or
you know,
if
that's
he
why I
can
be
help
posted
me
up.
or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the same energy didn't come back. You know what I'm saying?
I think the lesson from that, man, is that just because you a dope artist don't mean it's your time.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, you know what I mean, it may not be your time. I mean, and that's a hard pill to swallow, man. I mean, it's sometimes it's just not your time, and it may be somebody else's time, and we got to learn to support. We got to learn to support them.
We gotta learn to
you know what I
support
mean? And
them.
instead of trying to say, nah, if I can't make it, if I ain't going to the top, you ain't going to the top. You gotta get that mentality.
You know, it's a lot going on this summer. A lot of events coming into town. And if you feel like you don't want to use your whip and you want to hop in something exotic, you want to hop in something nice, you want to pull up and got the heads turning, tell them about them exotic cars you got and how they can get at you about that.
Man, I appreciate that, man, because it totally slipped my mind till she says on the back, man. I am the first exotic car rental business in the state of Virginia, more or less 757. I have a Rolls Royce, a couple of Bentleys, and a Range Rover. It ain't on Miami level yet, but it's a start.
Mm-hmm.
And you can rent my vehicles at www.oceanexoticrental.com.
Pinned up. If y'all want to see it, it's on the page.
Yeah, yes, it matter. Yeah, it's on the page. I mean, so if you need it for a couple of hours, it comes with drivers. I mean, you want to rock it for 3-4 days, man. Go to the website and see if it's something that you like. I sure appreciate your business. I'm working on some other cars actually. You know, I'm trying to get a McLaren, a Ferrari, and a Lamborghini.
You know what I'm saying? You hear it?
Yeah.
You know, so you know
Working on it.
you want to stunt with the chick and get somebody to drive you around in a Rolls Royce. She ain't never been in no Rolls Royce before. You know what I'm saying? You want to ride around in a Rolls Royce with the driver. You pull up, scoop her up. Hey,
Yeah, and it's the newer
this
one.
the man for you to holler at right here.
We have this. I got the starlights for you.
You know, you want to pull up in the Bentley. Everybody in the hood outside on the porch like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? This is the man for you to holler at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go to the website, because you call me direct. I ain't going to let you book through me. You got to go to the website. And the reason why a lot of people call me and I send them to the website, because the website is on the company, the search engine that handles our web maintenance. They handle all the exotic rentals in the country. And I had this issue before with like people that I know say, yo, G, I want to rent the car, yada, yada, yada. And then, I wait till the next day to try to get it to them, and somebody done went online and booked the car while I was asleep. I got to get it to them. You know what I mean? So, I always go to, you can call me if you got questions. My number's on the website. But yeah, you need exotic cars. You just want to stunt down the beach. You know what I mean? You want to, you know what I mean, pull up. You know what I mean? Even if you want, if you want it for a couple of hours, you may want to pull up. You may got a VIP section for your birthday, and you want to pull up in the Rolls Royce. Go to the website, go all the way down to the bottom, and send us a message and say, yo, I want a driver. You know, a couple of my friends, and yeah, we can come pick you up, take you to whatever club or whatever function you got, and you know what I mean. My driver wait. If you're in the VIP section and you want bodyguards, I mean we can. I mean the Rolls Royce and the Bentley come with bodyguards.
You heard that?
Blessings, y'all. Yes, he
They
did.
would stand at your VIP section, bodyguard. You can be as important as you want, as important as you can pay. We gonna make it work for you.
But I want to say how wonderful you did on the kids' proms this year.
Thank you.
Great job. I was, looking at you. Even though, your wallet went, even though you got your wallet back, blessings. You know what I'm saying? But you did a really good job having those kids looking spectacular.
Yeah, well, listen. I mean, the parents did that. All I did was provide the ride. And
Yeah, the ride was spectacular.
Yeah. One thing about it, man. Listen, we don't see that around here, and it was
Right.
important for me to start that kind of business because it's businesses like exotic car rentals that add validity to the state of Virginia.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
More specifically, the 757. It adds validity. When artists and people with big names come in town, the first thing they look for is exotic cars. Let me tell y'all something. Do y'all know who my first client was 8 weeks ago when I started my exotic car rental business?
Exclusive. Who was it?
Dame Dash.
Let's go.
Bang bang.
My first customer was Dame Dash.
I saw that on your page too.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Dame Dash. Yep. First customer.
You know.
Bless
Y'all know how it go. You know, you want to flex for the weekend.
Let's flex.
You know, you done flew a chick in town, or you got a chick somewhere you trying to impress.
Listen, more
You tryna-
importantly,
you know-
more just to piggyback off what he said, you may not have the funds, but if you need us to go pick your piece up from the airport, you can call us and we'll come pick her up and drop off to your location.
You know what I'm saying?
And the pickup service, it works great for a lot of people. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you hire us as a pickup service, a pickup and drop off service, you don't have to put up that $2,500 deposit, and you don't have to worry about calling your insurance company and putting insurance on my car. Because as long as it comes with the driver, it's already insured.
Okay.
It just makes it easier for you.
Yeah. So you know, you see it, man. It's a lot going on. The first exotic car rental place in the 757. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you're trying to flex. You know.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You
man.
know, you need to
Appreciate
holler
that,
at them.
man.
You know what I'm saying? And July the 2nd is the first annual Endopendence cookout for independent artists.
That's right, man. Listen,
Endo.
I gotta shout out my lineup, man, because I
Yes,
got
please.
a dope, diversified lineup.
Let's shout them out.
I mean, first and foremost, man, got Jagged Edge coming in town.
Bang bang.
Minus a twin because he don't fly, but it's okay. They used to doing that. You know what I mean? Got Mad Lion, Take It Easy. What?
Yay.
We got legendary Mr. Easy coming in. Probably one of the strongest catalogs ever. Woo Syndicate. Shout out to Woo Syndicate, man.
Shouts.
Man, a lot of Woo Syndicate does not get the respect that they deserve. Man, them dudes went gold and almost went platinum back in the day. You know what I mean? That is a major accomplishment. A lot of people around here can't go wood and plastic
Yes,
on
indeed.
YouTube.
Yeah,
You know
Joe
what I mean?
Mafia and Marlon, she my homies. You ask them about me.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll tell you. Yeah.
Yo, man, Trap House Coda, man, a living legend down the beach. Kobe Hyde, the vampire rapper. Nova 20, Brittany Rosario, Teasy So Dope. I know y'all know Teasy. Everybody knows
Yes.
Teasy. Yeah. Who else I got right at the top? Did I forget somebody? Who else I forget? And listen, I'm tripping. I'm smoking crack today. Listen, the hottest thing on the internet. Everybody talking about it. The versus battle.
Ooh.
The versus battle. It's a real grind, grudge. They don't like each other. They dissing each other. I think they want to fight each other. I don't know yet. And come Thursday, we got the verses live. We got the pre-verses live. We going live on the versus battle.
Nice.
You know what I mean? They're gonna sign their contracts. I'm paying them $1,000 a piece.
That's good.
You know what I mean? We're gonna go live. They're gonna sign their contracts live. It's Lincoln Park, LeVar versus Swift the Hood Gift.
Shouts
It's all
out.
the smoke, and it's gonna be battle for legend. We can't forget that. That's the headline.
That's the
Okay,
headline.
I heard of Lincoln Park LeVar before.
Yeah. That it's gonna be the show is this Independence Day cookout is a 10-hour event.
10 hours.
10 hours. We're going strong, so we want artists there. And I knew I was going to add artists at the last Monday. I don't want them wearing the shit out.
And this is going down July the 2nd.
July 2nd.
You can pay
food
there.
Trucks?
Huh?
You got food trucks?
Yeah.
You can pay there, or you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. And like I said, he just told y'all he got 10 slots open for
I'm
artists.
going to tell you right now, don't bring nothing longer than 5 minutes. Have your music mixed down properly. Nobody want to hear you on stage talking so, yeah, this is my first joint I wrote back in the day. No, that's not how you start. Soon as your music drop, you better get into performance style and rock it like you never rocked it before. Because at the end of the day, man, this is about social media exposure. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be too many people there that can help you. But the social media platform, the people I can get to see it, the content I'm gonna get and put out there as well as for yourself, is gonna be priceless. So trust me, I know what I'm doing. And I'm doing it for
What up,
you.
Lincoln Legends? I see you, G. He from P-Town.
Yeah, Lincoln Legend.
Yeah, he from the
going up
P-Town.
against Swift
DJ
Hood
Chris,
Gift.
what's good?
When
I see
say they
you.
going at it hard. They're going to be the verses is going to be my 5 o'clock headliner.
Nice.
So y'all want to be there for this. And like I said, if you an artist, he got 10 slots.
Now listen,
Do they put their music on the end? What is that thing called, bro?
Flash
A
drive.
flash drive.
or your
Yeah.
iPhone is just as good too.
Oh, okay. Let them know.
So listen, this is real important. I mean,
No, you good, G.
listen. If I am specifically looking for artists, kid artists or kids or artists that cater to kids, because from 12 to 5 we got bounce houses there. We got the dance. We got Candy Creation just pulled out on me. Wah 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 wah. It's okay, but we still got Precious Gems. They performing. I think I got somebody out of Norfolk coming. If you a dance team and you ain't doing nothing, hit me up. I can add you. And that's something that I wanted to add because a lot of kids are into the dance team. So I had 2 and was looking for 3. Now I'm down to 1. But it's okay because I know I can add 2 just like that.
Yeah.
I'm on Powered by VA. They about to be
Bless
calling me.
Yes, indeed. And it's going down, man. And like I
Shouts
said,
out to Loud.
shout out loud. What's up,
Yes.
G? If you got merch, t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, you know, I know people be saying that people don't have CDs no more, but people still have CDs.
Yeah, they still got
You know, if you got CDs, you got hats, you got lighters, you got stickers, whatever you got, and you an artist, come out there with your merch. You know what I'm saying?
Bring
Come
some-
out there with your music.
Bring some fans because it's hotter than a motherfucker.
You know what I mean? And this is going down July the 2nd, man. You know what I'm saying? The first annual. You know what I'm saying? Endopendence. And this is big for Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we getting a lot of spotlight on us. Like we was just telling y'all, Skills just performed at the BET Awards, killed it. The whole Pusha T, Jim Jones thing is going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on.
Shout out to Mad Lion. He killed that BET Awards too.
Yeah. I met Mad Lion. I don't know if you know Mickey Benson, but Mickey Benson used to manage Big Pun, Terror Squad, and Fat Joe. He is the manager for the Art of Rap tour that Ice-T has.
Okay.
He manages that tour, and I met Mad Lion in New York at the strip club with Mick. You know what I'm saying?
listen.
Cool dude.
So listen. I gotta tell y'all this true story. This is a true Mad Lion story. So last year, Mad Lion came in with a girl by the name of Maya J. Maya J, Mia J, Nyla J, Mila J, I don't know. So we was riding, hanging out, and he wanted to get something to eat. So he was like, yo, just drop me off at a food place. And I was like, all right, I said, cool, I'm gonna drop you off and I'm coming right back. So this is last year. So I dropped Mad Lion and Mila J off at the Waffle House near Walmart on Frederick. And I was like, call me when you're ready. I'll come back and pick you up. Cause last year I had a Maybach, so I did a lot of. It saved me a lot of money. I can just transport artists in that. So I said, yo, call me when y'all finish. So I go out and make some runs. I think I was picking up Spice Dancers. That's what it was, Spice Dancers that needed a ride. So I was picking them up and taking them to the spot. And when I finished, he hadn't called me yet. So a lot of time was going past. This is the day before the festival. A lot of time was going past. And I was like, damn. I said, damn, Mad Lion ain't hit me up yet. So I called his phone. I said, what's up, Lion? He said, no. He said, yo, son. I'm getting. He said, no, everything good, man. We on Frederick. We just left Target and we walking to Walmart. I said, what the? You doing what? Now, mind you, this the part I left out. It's dark.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's late. It's what, 9, almost 9 o'clock. It's dark. But here's the kicker. Mad Lion had this big ass medallion and another diamond necklace. Now the medallion is filled with diamonds. It's this fucking big. It looks like a little slick Rick.
Yeah.
And he got another necklace on with the bracelets. So he is iced out. And you walking through P-Town at night and nobody knows who you are. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, stop. I was like, yo, I can't make this shit up. I was like, stop. I said, don't go nowhere. Go to the Wawas and stand there and don't fucking move. I said, you're going to get robbed. I said, like, bro, you going to get robbed. He's like, what? He said, no, everything's cool, man. Nobody know it. I said, yo, it's the fact that they don't know who you are makes it even worse. The jewelry you got on, B, they're gonna rob. I'm talking about he just walking. They just walking through Kroger's, Target, and I was like, yo, man. I said, dude, this dude about to get killed, and they gonna blame. I said, the whole world gonna blame it on me. Man, listen, I'm flooring it. Shoot. Man, you'd have thought I was, man, that was a nervous time right there, boy. That was a nervous time right there, boy.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Mad Lion a cool dude.
Man, true story.
You know what I'm saying? He a cool dude, man. Him and Arcanelli, they both some cool cats, man. I used to move around with Mick. Back when I was rapping, Mick had got me a single deal with Loud Records, and he introduced me to a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So I would come to New York, and he would just be like, here, you gonna drive my car, man. And we hop in the car, we pop up somewhere, we about to have lunch with Ice T and Coco, you know what I'm saying? And Mad Lion is definitely, he had me cracking up at this strip club, though. He's definitely a good brother, man. You know what I'm saying?
He good dude, man.
So y'all hear that, right? July the 2nd, Jagged Edge, Mad Lion, Mr. Easy. Then they got the versus battle. I mean, hey, it's going down. Endopendence Day Cookout, first annual. This is for artists, not just rappers.
All artists.
All artists. I don't care what you make. Funk, reggae, country, gospel,
all artists.
Heavy metal, R&B, rap, whatever you make. This is for you. Yep. Y'all come out to the event, bring your merchandise, bring some, let other artists know about it. It's going down in P-Town. 10 hours long.
10 hours long. We're going to be going.
It's a 10-hour day. So if you can't get out there early, you get out there a little later. It is going down.
You come for the cookout vibe, man. The cookout vibe is going to be crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And they cooking out burgers and dogs and all that type stuff, a few drinks, you know what I'm saying? Come on out. Enjoy yourself. Network. Get to know other artists. You know what I'm saying? Shake hands. Do some collabs. Bring your kids. They gonna have bounce houses and all type of stuff out there for your kids. Let your kids run around all day so when you go home at night, they go straight to bed.
Straight to bed. You
They
already know.
tired, you know what I'm saying? Now you and your girl can get freaky, whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Kids knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
Melatonin.
So this is going down July the 2nd. And also, if you want to pull up to the event and something real exquisite, exotic cars.
That's right.
He got them too.
Actually,
you know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
they might be all rented on that day.
Oh, okay. Well, they already
They
rented.
already rented on that
People,
day. All
pe- pe-
nothing available.
people already in the Bentleys and the Rolls Royces. You know what I'm saying?
Eventbrite.com, you can get your tickets.
Eventbrite.com. And if you don't want to go online and pay, you can pay at the event.
That's right.
It is going down, man. You know what I'm saying? It is going down July the 2nd. You got anybody you want to shout out or anything, you know what I'm saying? Letting people know how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Major at Victory Rivers, man. You know what I mean? He collaborated with his man, so made it a multi-venue event. You know what I mean? So it's not just one location. And shout out to my girl Teresa Brown, House 10, man. We got, you know what I mean? She allowed me to build a stage up in there, and it's gonna stay there, and it's gonna work out. Shout out to my boy Joey. Joey with Joey Grow Club, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Trap House Coda. What up? And listen, shout out to everybody that bought tickets 2 months ago. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all believing in what I do and trusting in what I'm doing, man. I promise you, I do not have an artist. Nobody's signed to me. I do it because I believe that VA can grow. And if you help artists grow around here, they won't leave. They're going to stay. You know what I mean? They're going to stay. You know what I mean? Yeah. And one of the things I have to say this, man, because I'm working on the back channels, man. I am trying to get Love and Hip Hop Virginia here.
Bang, bang. I know y'all love drama.
Yeah, I am trying, and I'm almost for certain I can do it because I'm going to be one of the executive producers. You know what I mean? So Mona Scott don't have to invest no money. So if I pay for it, I mean, it's no gamble on nothing. So that's something that I'm looking into doing towards the wintertime. You know what I mean? And like I say, for me, we don't have a strong market here, but it's validation for Virginia and it's validation for the music industry in this area, man. So listen, in order for me to support you guys, I need you guys to support me. You know
Bang,
what I'm
bang.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? One hand wash the other, baby.
A battery don't work if you don't charge it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, help me put you guys on the map, because that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? If it don't work, I got to move on to something else. Listen, I'll just say this, man. I can take up a lot of time. I'm a Sagittarius. Man, if I believe in something, I'm going to go hard. But if I get bored with it and I'm not getting the energy back, man, that shit dies there and I move on. You know what I mean? One more thing. I know I done said that. 420th Festival, I said ain't never coming back. But the festival I'm working on, and it's probably 80% chance it's going to happen. I'm only saying, I can't say 100 because I can't predict what's in somebody's head and what they got going in their life. But the Super Duper Fly Music Festival is going to be a strong chance it's coming next September. I'm going to say it again. The Super Duper Fly Music Festival will be coming next year. Is it going to be my festival? Small yes and a big fucking no.
Y'all hear it?
And what I mean by that is going to be Missy Elliott's music festival.
Woo! Woo!
Listen, you won't see Jermaine sitting in this seat. You're gonna see Missy sitting in this seat. You won't hear Jermaine on the radio and social media. You're gonna see Missy. But what you will see me is in the background. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. The festival That's her image and likeness, but I own the festival. It's my idea. It's my concept.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to work like that because we're gonna be partners. If we ain't partners, then she ain't gonna need me. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen. What we trying to do? We not trying to be another something in the water. You know what I mean? Pharrell is a powerhouse. You know what I mean? Don't get that twisted. He's a powerhouse. You know what I mean? And I like what he's doing. I support what he's doing. We trying to give you something like with Essence doing the Essence vibe. We more like R&B and mature music. You know what I mean? We're not trying to be a something in the water part 2. You know what I mean? We trying to bring that Essence thing going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The same energy you get when you go to an Essence festival in New Orleans, this is what we trying to do. You know what I mean? This area big enough for 2 major festivals, and that's what I've been working on. You know what I mean? So that's why if you didn't go to excuse me, to 420ish, you know what I mean? Listen, you may never, it ain't never coming back. You know what I mean? There's no point in bringing it back. And if it do come back, it may be 10 years from now. You know what I mean? 15 years from now. But right now, you know,
We on the different things.
we on a bigger and better.
Yeah,
thing,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
And
And it's about VA.
I leave it at that.
Let's make this about VA. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to end this by saying, man, I really enjoyed interviewing you today, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
I think you're a real solid dude. You said a lot of things that made sense. I wanted to share this with you. When I had came home from prison, I had did 7 years. I did a record called Stand Up. And it was like the VA anthem record. I shot it out all cities, not just 7 cities, you know what I'm saying? And I ran down the line of all of these people who were from VA and they were big. And I had a vision for this video, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to shoot half of the video at Virginia Tech. I wanted to shoot the other half at UVA, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to have Mike Vick, Iverson, Knotts, Bink, you know, just a lot of people who was from the video, from VA, you know, even if it was just 10 seconds of their time for the day, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, this is going to show people who is from here, what we have, what's going on out here, you know what I'm saying? And it was so crazy because all the people that I knew who could make these things happen for me, when I reached out to them, it was like they didn't want to make it happen. And I'm like, when you said we didn't have an identity, that was the same thing I said. I said, we don't have an identity. People need to know that all of these people are from here and this is who we are and we are coming. And I'm like, if we could put this together in a video, do you know how powerful that would be?
Facts.
And somebody told me,
That can't be
and it's going to make you look too big. And all the other rappers are going to be mad at you.
so.
And I was like, I could care less about any of that.
Somebody gotta be the pioneer.
This is going to put us over the top. People going to be like, I did not know that, oh, man, all these people from Virginia. And so many people shot the idea down. And I was like,
One thing about it, it ain't never too late.
you know what I mean? You know why I don't really do music no more, but my sister had did like a little miniature video to the song, and she just, you know, basically put people in the in the background, you know, just because I never shot a video for it, because I'm like, I'm not going to do a video if I can't do the video the way I want it done. I'm like, because the way I want it done is going to have people like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? And when you said that, you know, I only could laugh, because I was like, you're right, we don't have an identity, and we all have that whack mentality. North Carolina got it right now. Artists from there popping off. South Carolina, Atlanta, Texas, everywhere but here.
And the thing is,
everywhere but here.
we looking for Pharrell and Missy and Timberland and Pusha T to put these guys on, and you understand, like, man, this is 2023. Like, you don't need big names to put you on. You are afforded the platform that artists in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s didn't have, social media.
Yes,
You know what I'm
indeed.
saying? And then the thing is, no matter how good you are, if VA ain't trying to vibe with VA, I mean, it's pointless, man. I hate to say your career could be wasted, but It can. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this to the artists, just to the people of VA, man. Like, we have to get out of this groupie mentality.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And what
Thank you.
What I mean by that is that you won't support nobody local, but you know what I mean. Anytime a big name come in town, guys and girls, y'all flock like groupies. Y'all spend money and support them. Them people ain't shaking your hand. They ain't shouting you out. I mean, you can't, half the time, you can't even get a chance to speak to these people.
Yeah, and y'all dick riding without a license.
Yeah, man, but...
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but not, yeah. I mean,
you know?
I'm trying to tell you, man.
But the hottest dude here, y'all won't even go support him, whoever that may be at the time. You know, I was in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for 5 years, and, you know, we're going to wrap this thing up. And I was at the bar having some drinks. And I always have a VA hat on. Shout out to Greg Bryant, Brand News. You know what I'm saying? They do all the crazy VA hats and all that. Check him out. But I had one of his hats on. So guy said, "Yo, what part of VA you from, yo?" I said, "Oh, I'm from the 757, man. I'm from Hampton." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And he said, I got 2 questions to ask you." And I said, "Yeah, what's up, G?" He said, why VA niggas be hating so much, right? That was the first thing he said, right? And then he said, "You mean to tell me out of everybody that make music in VA, y'all got behind a crackhead, but they didn't get behind none of the dudes that was grinding out there?"
Who the crackhead?
He was talking about the boy Bebe that had that I be massaging.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I paused for a minute before I answered this question, you know, and I said, you know, you right about the hating thing. I said the Bebe thing, he went viral organically. They posted a clip of him and put it on social media, and then, you know, even though it was more funny than talent, but he was, you know, he said a few things to make you say, "Oh, okay, I hear you," you know what I'm saying? But then celebrities started to post it, and that made the numbers go up, you know what I'm saying? And that made the radio DJs start playing the freestyle, and people start booking him for shows. And I was like, so it happened organically, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Yeah, okay, you know, ain't no more talent out there than that." And that really,
yeah, like biology.
It bothered me because I said, not just me myself, but I thought of all the artists who had big buzzes, who had grinded, who was doing things, and we maybe didn't get to where we wanted to go. And I said, damn, he said out of all the talent out there, y'all got behind a crackhead. And I said to the world, is that how they seen us? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
a good question.
I'm like, is that how they looking at us? You know what I mean? And it messed me up for real. Like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you know, July the 2nd is going down. P-Town. Get your tickets at Eventbrite. You can pay at the door. Come out, network, shake some hands, meet some new artists, new producers, collaborate. You know what I'm saying?
And bring them badass kids. Let them get in that bounce house.
Bring the kids out. Let them run around.
You got horse rides out there, too.
They got horse rides, bounce houses. I mean, all that stuff. It's going down. And it's a 10-hour event. So you can take a nap, then get up and say, all right, then we're going to slide out there. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, y'all be getting tired quick all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, take your little nap, then get up. You can shoot across the water. Have a good time. It's something new. Let's embrace it. Let's make it to where it can come back every year.
Yeah, and the thing about that, I am 100% certain that next year I'm going to bring it to Hampton.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's coming to Hampton next year.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. Actually, I'm going to start doing a lot of events in Hampton.
Oh, okay. Hamp Gang, that's what it is. So it's going down, man. July the 2nd. Independence Day Cookout, first annual, is a festival for independent artists.
Endopendence Day cookout.
You know what I'm saying? Come through. He's picking 10 artists. He got 10 slots that he's gonna give y'all to perform. So come with your song. Don't come with your phone. Talking about you gotta hook your phone up, because we gonna put you in the trash can for that. Bring a flash drive.
If you're talking about sliding and shooting people, I ain't gonna pick you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Listen,
clean music.
I want good quality music. I want music catered to kids. I want people that can sing.
You know what I'm saying? So come out there and bring your best.
And Powered by Virginia will be out there doing interviews.
Bring your best.
You heard that?
You know what I'm saying?
Powered by Virginia tables got to be out there on this event.
So if you down, say you're down, pull up, support, network, get in the mix. You know what I'm saying? It was an honor, my G, to interview you today, man. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot today, man. It's a small world. You know what I'm saying? And everybody make sure you pay attention. GERMAIN, GREENE.
And Feed the Streets be when?
Feed the Streets every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Me and Brooklyn Joker will be back this week with a lot of new dope music. We got some of that new DX we bringing this week. If you're an artist and you do music, send your music to Feed the Streets Radio. That's THA, Feed the Streets Radio at gmail.com. Make sure it's MP3. Make sure you put the song name and the artist's social media tags. Please don't send more than 3 songs. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to play that joint. We bang it out on Thursdays. We get music from people all over the place, not just Virginia, but a lot of Virginia artists. You know what I'm saying? So send that music in. Send me some of that heat so we can bang that for y'all, man. And I see y'all Thursday night, 9 p.m. As Quavo would say, we gone.
Hey, and real quick, I want to say thank you so much, Jermaine. I called you on the road back to Virginia, and it was no problem. So I appreciate you believing in Powered by Virginia with all your social media and all your media content. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, I appreciate you.
Shout out Christina, I see you. Shout out Devontae. Shout out everybody that was on the live. Teresa.
Yeah.
Shout out NDT Showcase.
Yeah,
Nova 20.
Oh yeah, don't forget my show, bro. Tanika's Talk, the Golden Nugget Hour, Friday at 8.
Yeah, don't forget.
Yeah, 8-ish.
Y'all heard Tanika, her show, Friday nights 8.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tap into that. Everybody that was on the live rocking with us today. Hey, Cam, if you still watching, you might want to be a part of this, man. You know, he a young kid out of Hampton. He's about 17. He rap, you know what I'm saying? Me and his mom real good friends. So if you watching, Cam, this is something you probably want to get down with, man. Showcase your talent.
If he young, that's what I want.
Yeah, he in high school. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So y'all definitely get with me, man. And I hope everybody have a good day. I know that sun is blazing out there, so enjoy the rest of y'all day. And I see y'all Thursday. We gone.
Powered by Virginia Radio.